For over 10 years, I have been instructing project management courses, and I have had students in my PMP exam prep courses who have been fantastic project managers. They have really understood what project management is about. They are probably one of the most efficient project managers in their organization. Yet, I recall specifically a certain individual in a class that I was teaching in San Diego. She was the epitome of a project manager, as I just explained. One who knew her stuff, left and right. You ask her, you converse with her, and she had a very good success rate and a good understanding, conceptually, of what good project managers should do. Nevertheless, give her a question, her anxiety just seemed to make it so difficult for her to think straight and understand what needs to be done. And it could be partially because there is a lot of understanding and documentation in the PMBOK and certain requirements and how we organize it that is necessary for you to know and to be able to relay in the project management professional exam, that sometimes people freeze. And I do not want you to freeze. I want you to be successful. And one of the things that I have found over the course of my 10 years of teaching this material is that when you are taking an exam, and this is a certification exam, it's one thing to know the material and to understand it, and that's fantastic, and you will be successful therein. But many of you want to get that certification. You want that distinction to say, I am a PMP. And the only way to get there is to pass the exam. So it does not matter how much work you've done in project management. It does not matter how successful you are as a project manager. If you do not pass this exam, you are not going to get that certification. And so I prepared this course to give you some information that will help you put a frame of reference in what the topic is going to be. And I've divided it by the 10 knowledge areas according to the 5th edition of the PMBOK, or the Project Management Body of Knowledge, by the Project Management Institute. I've set this up so that you will see me for a few minutes to remind you of what this topic is. Or if you're one of those people who have not ventured into the project management world, or at least prepared your studies on maybe potentially passing this PMP exam, but are curious to see what the questions are like and to see how well you might do, at least give you a baseline and a starting point. And that way you can gauge whether or not this is for you or for not for you. In either case, I have prepared the material so that if you are a brand new person taking a look to see how the material is like and the questions are going to be possibly facing, or if you're those of you which are more likely have been studying this material but yet still want some additional practice in some exams, then this course has a little brief reminder of what the content is about. I do some drawings because all the time when I've taught this course, the students have come back to me and said, your drawings, Neil, have been fantastic, and I still remember them to this day. And it originally started out as me when I was studying for the PMP exam when it was in 3rd edition, where I was trying to draw it out so I could remember it. But all of those drawings are here for you and for your usage. But then after that, the most important part of this class is a 10 quiz exam or 10 question exam that is going to be focused on a certain knowledge area and then give you a chance to test your abilities to take some PMP styled questions. And I try to pick some really meaty ones, or at least a good variety of questions. But the most important part of this course is when I take and I dissect and really discuss every single question, talk about why the question or what to see in the question, and then from there, what are the answer choices, which ones are right, which ones are wrong, why they're right, why they're wrong, what's different, what to see, and then work through. But my students have said that that is probably one of the most powerful pieces of any course, is that it's not just that, okay, that's the answer. And if you know that's the answer, you might just say, okay, that's the answer, and move on. Most of the time, if you're wrong, or if you're really wanting to see it broken down, then it's going to make more sense. It's going to stay with you. It's going to try to create that and close that gap and create that circle, and making sure that you fully understand the material and the content. And so with that, I have produced this course that will really make sure that you are successful in your taking of the PMP exam. And I hope this is a great supplement to whatever studies that you might be working on. You most potentially have taken a 40-hour course prior to this, or will be taking one later once you have tested or dipped your toe in the water in my content, and you can see how things go. All right, best of luck. Thank you for taking this course, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. All right, let's go.